Question: does searching through various job platforms for lucrative, decent drone jobs sometimes feel like searching through a haystack for a needle? If so, you're not alone, whether that's good news or bad news, because a lot of drone pilots waste hours on job sites that overpromise and underdeliver. But what if I told you that some platforms can actually help boost your portfolio and profits, while others are really just wasting your time? In this video, I will take a look at the 7 top job platforms, expose their flaws, and reveal which one I think is the absolute worst and which one I think could actually make you some serious money. So stick around, because this could change the way you use job platforms forever. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I help drone pilots like you turn your skills into a profitable business. If you're tired of scrolling through job postings and wondering why your drone gigs aren't consistent and lucrative, then you're not alone. The truth is, not all platforms are created equal. Some are fantastic for building your portfolio and experience and landing high-paying jobs, and some are overcrowded, inefficient, or even downright predatory. Today, I will reveal the best and the worst job sites, including one platform I think is a complete waste of time and another that's a game changer. Plus, I've got a bonus tip on how you can maximize your results, so be sure to stick around till the end. Let's start with Droners.io. Droners.io is the platform that I hear the most from drone pilots when they're talking about these middlemen job platforms. And I know that was actually the first one that I heard about, gosh, I guess about 4 years ago now. So a pretty major player in this world, so to speak. It's a marketplace that connects drone pilots with gigs like for real estate, mapping, or inspections. Now, as far as pros go, it is free to make a profile, which is great for beginners, and you will find a wide variety of jobs across various niches. So if you're looking to just gain experience, get your foot in the door, see what's out there, this can be a really great place to start. Now, as far as downsides go, competitive bidding can definitely turn this into a race to the bottom. So the paydays just aren't that great, frankly. Prices are driven lower than they really should be. And when you combine that with the service fee that they take, your profit margin can be pretty slim. So this could really be a solid choice if you're looking to get your foot in the door, again, just get that experience, start to build a portfolio, but be prepared to compete heavily on price. Next, let's look at Bees 360. Could this be a good choice? This specializes in drone jobs for insurance and inspections. So if you've got a house damaged by wind or a natural disaster or an unnatural disaster like a fire or whatever, anytime where you're going to need insurance involved and they're going to need to see what the damage is, this is where Bees 360 comes in. So if you're looking for consistent work, this can be a great contender because people's roofs are always being damaged. There's always something that happens. Here in Montana this summer, it was a 100-year windstorm that took a couple shingles off our house. It was kind of fun to fly up there and just take a look. You know, never good news, but all we lost was a vent. So if you want to be the person who discovers the missing vent, this is for you. As I just mentioned, it can be steady, it can be predictable. You know exactly what your job is. Bees 360 tells you what they need and you go and get it. If you're focused on inspections and enjoy that niche, it can be a really good fit. And you are paid per job, so that can be very consistent. Combined with the fact that there's always something happening to houses, you have job security. That's good. Now, cons are it is pretty niche. So if you're not into inspections, you know, if you're more into the creative world, this could get pretty old for you. And you do need specific training to qualify. So that could be a hurdle for new pilots. Overall, this can be a great niche if you're in the insurance, if you like the insurance side of things, but if you're not, it may not be worth your time. Next, let's go to Zeitview, formerly Dronebase. Now, this focuses on commercial and industrial projects like solar farm inspections and mapping. It's one of the more specialized platforms, which can be good because that also can mean that you command higher prices and have some of these more interesting, larger scale jobs, possibly even some continuity. You also have free access to training and materials to improve your skills. Now, on the downside, the standards are pretty high and they sometimes require specialized equipment, which I would never recommend you run out and get before you have, you know, a way to get that ROI that you can have a guarantee. Side note is I've also heard some bad things personally about this company, you know, kind of negative experiences, and they don't have the best reviews online. So just do your due diligence before you sign up for that platform. But again, it could be a really great opportunity if you're interested in those sorts of jobs. Next, let's talk about Upwork. And this one sort of surprised me when I was doing some research for really these top 7 platforms. I had thought of it more of a freelancing platform for digital products, but there is a section for drone related jobs. And this also can be pretty cool because, as you may have experienced, half of drone is images and producing those images and editing those images. And there are a lot of jobs like that on Upwork. So if that's a side of things you really enjoy, this could be a great way to complement your income through similar post-production jobs. jobs. I know that I've used Fiverr when I was first getting started for real estate videography editing. Of course, they did a terrible job, and that's why I had to learn how to do it myself. But that could be a way to differentiate yourself. If you do a great job, you could actually start developing some client relationships and have some continuity, which of course is the golden goose of the drone world. If you have a continuity with your clients, you've got continuity in pay and profits. So that could be a real bonus of using Upwork. As far as cons go, it is a bit of a free-for-all, and competition can drive prices down. And that is something to be aware of. A lot of times when a gig goes live, people are paying attention and jumping on that to give out their bids. So if you're somebody who's really busy out in the field or doesn't really want to spend a lot of time monitoring these things, it might be hard to get a foothold, just something to be aware of. But if you are really specialized in a niche and you start to grow that reputation, I can tell you people who post gigs are going to start finding you. So definitely not one to cross off the list just because you don't have time to monitor. There are other approaches that can help it make it work. So Upwork can work, but it can be tough to stand out unless you're aggressive about pitching your value. Now let's talk about UAV Lance. UAV Lance specializes in connecting drone pilots to various industries like cinematography and surveying. It's accessible for pilots of all experience levels, and you'll find a mix of gigs, one-off gigs, and longer-term contracts. Now, the user base is smaller than on other platforms, so it might be harder to find continuity or steadiness of work here, but UAV Lance can be really good for building experience, but you need to be proactive about finding that steady work. Next, let's talk about Droneup. Droneup partners with big names like Walmart to do delivery and inspection. If you want to be kind of on the cutting edge of drone delivery, this could be a really great place to check out, depending on what area of the country you're in. Job availability is definitely going to depend on your location, and you might need specific equipment to qualify. But having that work with these big name brands can definitely help boost your credibility as well as experience, and they do offer training and support to help you succeed. So Droneup is definitely promising, but it could be a hit or a miss depending on where you live, your experience, and really what your interest is. Now let's talk about Freelancer. Freelancer is another platform sort of like Upwork that connects freelancers with people looking for freelancers. And it also includes drone gigs. And a kind of a neat side of it is a global platform. So a global base can mean more opportunities, but it also means a lot more competition, which again means a race to the bottom as far as price goes. You could pitch your potential clients for custom projects, but there are a lot of people out there who probably do it for cheaper. That competition can be pretty brutal on freelance. And the fees are also going to take a significant chunk of profits, which can leave you with a pretty slim margin. Now, as a bonus, I want to talk about Angie's List. Angie's List connects local service providers such as you, a drone service provider, with those who are looking for local service providers. So if you are in a smaller community, this can be a really great place to start getting your name out there. If it's not very saturated, it can be, just at least some low-hanging fruit for people who are looking for your services. Now, a downside can be that oftentimes to rank, if there is competition, you have to pay for the listing spot. So if you're not sure you're going to get an ROI on this, or if there's a lot of competition, it may not make much sense for you in your area. But again, if you're looking just to build your local authority and you are in that smaller community and there's not that competition, it can be a really great place to get started. With the bonus, oftentimes the clients you would get through Angie's List are going to turn into a longer term relationship because they're not coming through a third party distribution platform, like Droners.io. You're the person who's providing the service, you and your company. So you can build that rapport and ask for referrals as well as, reviews that reflect on you, that grow your reputation, not that of an overarching company, so to speak. So the moment you've all been waiting for, which one is the best and which one is the worst? In my opinion, if you're looking for steady work, predictability, and just kind of knowing you're going to be able to get out there, get a job and get her done quickly, I'd recommend the Bees 360. They're well established, and again, they stay busy. If you're looking for some more variety in your day, I would definitely recommend. So Bees 360 takes the crown for steady, reliable work that compensates reasonably. If you're qualified, it's hard to beat. Freelancer is the clear loser here. The competition drives your profits down, as well as the fees that take what's left. So probably not worth your time, energy, or effort for freelance. Ultimately, the right niche depends on your goals, your equipment, your availability, and of course, what you're willing to settle for. If you want steady work, go with Bees 360. If you're looking for a little more variety, perhaps Droners.io or Zeitview. And if you're looking to dominate locally, Angie's List would be worth checking out. Now, of course, at the end of the day, my opinion is that the best approach is to build your own pipeline, cut out the middleman, be the person, this provider that's found locally by the people who are looking for your services and ready to pay for them. That's the best way to get jobs, because then you are building that continuity. You've got the relationship, you're being paid what you're worth, you're not paying a chunk of profits or being the race to the bottom. And that's what Leverage Launchpad is all about. So if you'd like to join the 7-day challenge to see how we can put those things to work in your own business, go ahead and click below. Either way, I hope that you found value here. And I hope that you've got some guidance on what platform might be worth it for you to sign up for. And if you've already checked out one or several, I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. I always love to hear what people's firsthand experiences are. And of course, if you feel so inclined and you want to like, subscribe, or send this to a friend, always appreciate it. And I want to just be sure I'm offering what we're looking for here. So don't waste your time on promises that overpromise and underdeliver. Focus on the ones that match your goals, be consistent, show up, do a good job, and watch your opportunities take off. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.